is a Swedish horror drama directed by Johannes Nyholm. It stars Leif Edlund and Yiva Gallen, and it tells the story of a grieving couple who decide to go on a camping trip in order to reconnect with one another, where they end up trapped in a time loop endlessly set upon by a marauding troupe of sideshow weirdos. I have been excited for this film for over a year at this point. It has been high on my hype list ever since I heard about it in the festival circuit, and I've been dying to see it, and just when it was set to come out in the US, the world decided to end. But thankfully, the Chattanooga Film Festival decided to do a virtual film festival this year, and this film was on their lineup, so I got tickets, and I decided to check it out. And boy am I glad I did, because I think this actually might be one of the best films I've seen this year so far. What Koko-di Koko-da essentially is a Lynchian head trip of a film that's equal parts disturbing and absurdist and heartbreaking, but all with intense thematic purpose. Think Funny Games, but in the woods and with much more of an emotional gut punch. A couple tragically loses their daughter, and in doing so get lost in their own grief. And along comes this traveling band of sideshow weirdos led by a Swedish Ray Wise lookalike to torment them and kill them over and over and over. And I'm sitting here now still kind of awestruck at what I just saw because this movie is incredible. On a technical level, this film is brilliant. It's incredibly minimalistic for most of its runtime, but it accomplishes so much with that minimalism. Its utilization of very few cuts, almost entirely naturalistic lighting, coupled with frenetic handheld camera work and an incredibly naturalistic script, creates this very specific voyeuristic feel to the entire film. And that voyeurism culminates in a truly beautiful one take that takes place in the snow toward the end of the movie. And that is probably one of the most unforgettable sequences from this film, in my opinion. It's all driven along by an absolutely haunting score by Olaf Cornier and Simon Olsen, and without that score, I don't think this movie would have been nearly as effective. There's this haunting, melancholic, but still beautiful violin piece that plays intermittently throughout the film, and it serves as the perfect method of conveying the tone that this movie's going for, and building this oppressive sense of sadness and regret to the film's entire world. It does so much with so little. It encapsulates the struggle of trying to escape your grief while you watch it pull down your loved ones, and chooses to hide its violence, keeping it obscured or limited to implication, and leaving you with as little closure as the characters have. I've truly never seen a horror film like this that wholeheartedly embraces its themes and works them into every single solitary piece of the film and the end product that it creates. This is a film that works on so many different levels, and it's rife with symbolism, even in the absurd moments. The acts of the theater troupe may seem random and crazy, but there's an implicit meaning to everything they do. There's an implicit meaning to the fact that the husband leaves the wife behind in every timeline. There's an implicit meaning to why the theater troupe shoots him in the balls in every timeline. There's even an implicit meaning to the song that they sing. It can be studied endlessly, and so many little details can be picked up on in order to work in conjunction with the themes of the film, and it's really fantastic. The script in this film is very slice of life, and it's all the more powerful for it. When we see this family pre-tragedy, it really sells the dynamic. We believe that they love and care about each other. They joke, they laugh, they bicker, and post-tragedy, when there's this oppressive cloud of grief hanging over them, these actors sell it perfectly. We never feel like we're watching performances. We just feel like we're watching a real couple falling apart. And that naturalism and realistic dialogue only help to highlight the uncanniness and absurdism of the theater troupe when they show up. And their antics are so absurd and juxtaposed with the harsh realism of the rest of the film, and it creates this insanely uncanny, eerie feeling every time they appear whistling that earworm of a song. And that absurdism and violence from the sideshow troupe is kind of the point of the movie. It's a film that explores the cyclical, inescapable nature of grief. The idea that life and death are essentially just absurd, random acts of violence that leave no one to blame. The idea that allowing yourself to get lost in your grief only serves to shut you out from your loved ones and the world around you. And the idea that the only true way to heal from it is to work through it with the ones around you who are grieving as well. And the film demonstrates these themes perfectly through a pair of animated shadow puppet theater sequences that punctuate key moments in the film. These sequences lay all of the themes bare right in front of you, and I was just staring awestruck at how beautiful and sad and wonderfully done they were. I can't really say enough good things about this film, guys. I have no negatives. Koko-di Koko-da is a genre masterpiece. If you want a head trip of a film that's equal parts Funny Games and David Lynch, but presents its themes in a disturbing, voyeuristic, and equally moving way, with a kick-ass earworm of a song that will be stuck in your head for weeks to come, check this one out. Again, I would love to get a discussion going in the comments talking about what it all meant. I have a good understanding, but for any of you who are wondering, I would be happy to discuss it with you. As always, guys, Thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, click down there, like, comment, subscribe. There's a Patreon link down in the description if you want to donate to this channel, help us grow, make new, better quality content for you all to enjoy. There's all sorts of cool new reward tiers. You can be like all these cool people right here and get access to my private Discord server, or gifts sent right to your door once a month. If any of that interests you, please consider donating. There are a lot more Chattanooga film reviews coming up, so stay tuned for those, and I'll see you all very soon.